Welcome to Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged, a podcast for all women with a creative business who want to learn more about how to make money doing something they love. I'm Joanne Pearce, a female entrepreneur myself, 15 years experience running my own handmade stationery business, Vintage Twee. I'm an established seller on two of the biggest handmade marketplaces, so I've got a whole load of advice to share about how to start and run your own successful creative business. I'm also a wife and a mother, so I get the struggles of trying to do it all while you're raising a family. It's hard. Alongside running Vintage Twee, I'm also a mentor for other women like me who desperately want to work for themselves but just need that bit of support to get going and get their business dream off the ground. I'm a friendly northerner, I'm open and honest with a huge heart and a real fighting spirit, and I'm living proof that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, even in the face of adversity. This podcast celebrates the selflessness, strength and resilience of women in business. So if you're ready to ditch the 9 to 5 and learn how to start your own successful creative business, you're in the right place. Hello and welcome to the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. Today I am joined by someone very clever. Her name is Anna Short and she is from Boo Marketing. How cool is that for a business name for a start? Now, Anna and I first crossed paths through Small Business Britain's Top 100 Female Entrepreneurs 2025 campaign. So yes, we are officially on the same list of women who are trying to do incredible things in business. And it turns out she's not that far away from me either. She is literally like 20 minutes down the road. Both of us are northerners, so if you're listening to this from outside of the area, you might need a translator for this one. But here's why I wanted Anna on the podcast. Because marketing is one of those topics that small business owners either hate, avoid, or just feel completely overwhelmed by. And yet we all know we need it. There's no escaping it. We actually had a session together, and honestly, it was absolutely brilliant. She had me doing all kinds of exercises that I hadn't even thought of myself. And after our session, I swear it's when I started noticing things start happening with my business. It was like some kind of veil had been lifted and I could finally see where I was going. And suddenly I felt like I knew what I needed to do to get to the people that I wanted to help. Anna is brilliant at keeping things simple, which is why I love her. She talks a lot of sense, and you'll be glad to hear that she also believes there is so much more to marketing than selling your soul to social media. No, such a relief, isn't it? We're talking about how to overcome your marketing fears, the importance of being yourself in marketing, and the fact that actually it's not as scary as you think. She is also helping us with some budget-friendly marketing solutions for those of us who don't have a lot, if anything, to spend on marketing, especially if you're right at the beginning of your business journey and the well has run dry. Anna is also kind enough to share her 5-step strategy to building a marketing plan that is simple, is doable, and it will help you get started on getting yourself out there, because that's what it is, isn't it? We just don't know how to start sometimes. Her focus is clearly on helping people feel confident about putting themselves out there, and she specialises in working with small businesses just like us. So if you worry about sounding salesy, or you struggle with showing up online, or you secretly just wish that you could run your business without having to do the marketing part, then this episode is for you. Anna is going to make it feel simple, human, and, dare I say, a little bit enjoyable. You're going to leave this conversation with more confidence and a fresh perspective on how to market your business in a way that feels right for you. So get kettle on, as we say up north, and enjoy listening to two very normal and down-to-earth women talk everything marketing. Hi Anna, thank you so much for joining us today on the Her Handmade Hustle Unplugged podcast. It's lovely to have you. Good morning. Now, we had a joke before you came on because I think this is going to be the most northern episode that I've done. Because you are just down the road from me, aren't you, in Oldham?
Yes, and I think my accent is probably a lot broader than yours.
It is. Do you know we have a lot of listeners in America as well, so let's hope they can understand us.
They have an English accent.
Of course they do. Anyway, Thank you for coming on. So we're in good company here because we met through the Small Business Britain's F Entrepreneur campaign, didn't we? So you were also voted one of the top 100 female entrepreneurs 2025.
It was a lovely start to the year, wasn't it, getting that?
It was, and I think you'd done a workshop for ladies that were part of the group.
I did, yeah. I did a webinar for them around simple marketing that I talk about permanently.
Exactly. This is what we're on about today, right? So today we're talking marketing. Now, it's one of them subjects that I know a lot of ladies who listen to this just want to run for the hills when they hear the word marketing, because they just don't like to put themselves out there. So today I thought we could pick your brains and find out, you know, what we should be doing as a small business owner, and just really think about how we can be putting ourselves out there if we're maybe the sorts of people that don't like doing that. And what I love about you is that you're very open and honest and warm and friendly, and you feel like I can ask you anything, and I'm gonna, right?
Good. No, do. I love it.
Because people have got all these questions and they don't know where to start, so I'm going to ask on their behalf. But first of all, your company, Boo Marketing, best name ever. Absolutely love it. And we were chatting the other day, weren't we? Tell us how the name came about.
Yeah. So my daughter gets called Lily Boo. The dog gets called Benji Boo. And I've worked in marketing in lots of different ways. 23 years in corporate, the remainder in my own business. And you don't know what you don't know. So I'm full of surprises. I surprise myself sometimes, because when somebody starts telling me all about themselves and the business, all these things start pinging in my head about ideas and putting the pieces of the jigsaw together for them and in a way that's unique to them and their business. Because the more we can put ourselves out there in a unique way, the better.
That's what I absolutely love. And I think because we had a session together, didn't we? And you made everything clear for me in that hour that we had. Like, I don't know, everything just seems to click. And then I went off for an operation, so I wasn't able to do anything about it. But I'm back now. So let's talk about who you help first of all.
Yes. So I focus on supporting small businesses. I'm massively passionate about them. Small businesses, young people, young businesses, startup businesses, early stages. I do work with older businesses as well. Some of them have been family businesses up to 80 years in. I'm just really passionate about that small business community. I think we make an enormous contribution to the economy, and we've got so much to give as well. And, you know, we are a massive chunk of that business community. And I think it's really important to support one another.
Definitely is. And I think you can feel so alone when you run a small business because you literally are doing everything yourself. And it's really difficult sometimes to say, actually, I can't do this anymore and I need to outsource for that help. And I think you get to that point when you realize you do need a professional to come in and help you with the marketing, because there's so many things that are hard to understand. Everybody thinks that running a business, all you need to do for marketing is go on Facebook or go on Instagram and you're done, you know? And then they're surprised when people don't buy their products because they go, oh, I put a post out about that last week and no one's bought anything. And they don't realize there's so much more to it, because if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Everyone would have a business, correct?
Absolutely. And it is about seeing that bigger picture around marketing. So with me being a bit of a marketing OAP now, it's like over those 30 years, I've gone through those changes that have occurred, those additions that have come about. There was always a lot to marketing anyway. There is so much more to it now. And I just think it's really important to see that bigger picture in a simple way and fit it to the business owner and their business to make it work in a way that's right for them.
And do you agree then that it's so much harder now than it was maybe 30 years ago because of all these extra things that we feel pressured to do? Like, there's so much more out there, isn't there, that we should be looking at and doing, and we sometimes feel like I can't do anymore. You know, like, it just seems so difficult.
Well, you know, as you keep talking, Joanne, in my mind, all I keep seeing is plates spinning in the background on my...
That's how we all feel all the time.
And you do. things like this, when you're just sitting down and being in the moment, is great. Yet you still feel all these things going on in the background, don't you?
It's true, and a lot of us just feel so stuck or awkward around marketing, which is why we decided to record this episode, because we want to try and help people who aren't natural salespeople but still want to have their own business.
And you don't need to be a marketing expert. A lot of it is common sense. You don't need to be a salesperson. You just need a simple structure to follow. And the main thing that helps you with both that sales and marketing side of things is finding what works for you and being your genuine self. Because then your confidence comes, and you feel far more at ease, and you just come across as yourself. And the more you come across as yourself, the more you connect with the right types of people. We haven't got time to be dealing with tire kickers and people that just want to take. We want the right people to feel that magnetism.
Yeah, exactly. And know your worth as well. We want people, the right audience, like you said. It's not going to be everybody. So let's talk a little bit about the fact that a lot of people hate marketing. I've got used to it, I guess, the more I've been in business, especially having the stationery business of like 15 years. I've kind of got used to putting myself out there. But I want to talk a little bit about the common fears that people have around marketing. And one of them that comes up all the time when I speak to women is that, I just don't want to sound salesy, when they're trying to get across what they're doing. But of course, they need to make money and they need to be selling their products, because a lot of the ladies who listen to this are product-based businesses. So what can they be doing to make themselves sound less salesy? You mentioned about being yourself. Is it not about putting a product out there and saying, buy this? Like, what should they be doing? No.
And as consumers, when it is that, put the shoe on the other foot.
Yeah.
Put the shoe on the other foot and think about how you bought and what made you buy.
Yes.
We've got to see this from our customers' point of view. It's not about us.
It's true, isn't it? Because when something pops up, I don't know about you, and I see it, I'm scrolling and think, and it says, oh, buy this or buy that. I just think, no, we'll do the complete opposite.
Yeah, because we turn into awkward teenagers, don't we? It's like, tell me what to do and I'm going to go and do the exact opposite. Not doing what you tell me to. Get lost.
Exactly. You've got experience with the awkward teenagers, so you know exactly what we're talking about. But you're right. We do. It's like our instinct just to say, I don't want to do what you're telling me. But if you approach it in more of like an emotive way, so you're presenting something, maybe not even with a sniff of selling it, you're just saying, this is why you created something, for example. That's a much better angle, isn't it, I guess?
Of course it is. And with the businesses that you support and help, Joanne, it is about homing in on that background story.
Yes.
Because there's always a story behind every business owner and what they're doing, and even more so in your case with your audience and your clients. And there's only you that owns that story.
That's it. And I think a lot of people think, oh, everyone else is already doing this. How am I different? Well, you've just hit the nail on the head there. It's you.
Yeah.
You're the person that makes your business different.
Yeah. There are, and there can be a million of you out there doing the same as each other. Each one will have a little bit of a difference going on. And it's that little bit of a difference that makes the difference. There's millions of creatives out there, just like there's millions of marketeers. This is about getting, my son's just waving at me. That's it. It'll disappear for about 8 hours now. It's like we've got to create this container of convincers for ourselves, in all honesty. Because once we're convinced of, what our background story is, why we truly do what we do, what the benefits are of that product or service that we're providing, that we know that it's good quality, we know that it's made in a certain way, we know that we use certain types of items that come from certain places, for example, or are made to a certain standard and that side of things. People are more particular about where they purchase those things that they make things from now. Those
Yeah.
ingredients, in a sense, let's approach it like that. It's, we're very conscious about where stuff comes from. So that pick and mix of those ingredients and how it all comes together, that has benefits and outcomes to the customer that's buying your stuff.
Definitely. I like looking at it like that. So the ingredients, that's a really good way to describe it. What would you say to people who are so conscious of themselves and they're like, oh God, what if I put myself out there and people are
I
sick?
nearly swore then.
Go, go for it,
It is like, you have to go into fuck it mode.
Yeah, definitely.
You really do.
Yeah.
Who cares what people think?
No. Yeah.
And there's that age-old saying over here in the north of England, isn't there, Joanne, in that yesterday's chippy paper,
Yeah.
in no time whatsoever. And
Yeah.
that process has speeded up massively now because of what we are faced with on a daily basis in all that information that's we're exposed to and that's thrown at us. So you are forgotten about within seconds. So who cares? You're
Yeah.
never going to be doing anything that's that newsworthy that's going to hang around for ages.
That is so true, isn't it? Yesterday's chippy paper, right? So
Yeah.
next time you're thinking, should I post that again? Oh God, I've already done this. No, forget it. Yesterday's chippy paper, right? You get it out there and you stop procrastinating and you just do it.
Done.
Agreed? Yeah,
Yeah.
done. You're
And
right.
as well, I suspect a lot of your audience are females.
Yes, they are.
As you get older as a female, you give less of a shit.
You do. Oh my God, absolutely. I'm always saying this. Like, there's so many occasions now when I just say what I think. You can see why, like, really old people that just don't give a shit. They just say
Yeah.
what they want to say,
Yeah.
and they're happy with it.
And some people find that easier than others. So those that are struggling with that acceptance of self, in a sense, isn't it? And filling up that container of convincers, get yourself around the right people.
Definitely, I always say that.
Because you've really got to be backing one another up. You need that close circle of people around you that get you, that get what you're doing on the business side. You need to be around other business owners as well, because if you've not got anybody around you that does not have a business, they do not have a clue. And it doesn't matter how hard they try. They have not got a clue what it's like.
And it's like I have this conversation with my husband Dave all the time because, I mean, he doesn't even try to understand anymore. But thank God I've got friends and colleagues that have their own business because he just looks at me like blank. He's, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what to do. I don't know this. I'm just like, God, you're absolutely no help whatsoever. And I'm stressing out. But he hasn't got a clue because he's never done it. And he admits that he could never do it. It's really difficult. And it's not for everybody. But, I always say if you can and you've got the right support network in place, then you're going to be absolutely fine. But it's finding those people that understand.
It isn't. You've got to take the time to find your people, because as we go through life, we pick up people along the way, don't we?
Yeah.
And we're quite selective.
Yes.
As well. So in those people that you've picked up along the way through your life and that selection process that you've gone to work out, yeah, we just click.
Mm-hmm.
We just get it. We just know each other. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, you're right.
And you can find it. You absolutely can find it. And it is like jumping into a pool of water and hold your nose, jump in and get on with it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Don't be dilly-dallying on the side. Get pushed in.
Because you are not going to be able to go through that selection process to find that great handful of close people, your inner support network, because you all end up there for each other, and everybody's going through different phases of that business journey at different points in time. Some might be a bit further on, some might be just starting out, some have already encountered problems and challenges that you've not.
Yes, exactly. And you can just draw on those experiences. It's crucial, isn't it, having that support network? So for people that are just starting out, a lot of the ladies that listen to this are literally either in the idea stage of starting a business or they've just started. and they don't know what to do from this point in terms of marketing,
Yeah.
apart from maybe a few social media posts. That's all people seem to kind of think that they need to do. Now, I push big time for offline marketing as well. You know, I push for getting in magazines,
Yes.
getting in shops and
We
leaflets.
still live in a touchy-feely world, and that's even stronger than ever.
Yes.
Because we don't get to do that touchy-feely stuff as much anymore because everything's on a screen.
Yeah, you're right, and people are craving it, aren't they? So what would you suggest for people who are just starting out? What should their first moves be for marketing?
When you're at that idea stage and very early on, the biggest focus has to be around the distractions that you were faced with and those things that you think, oh, that's how everybody's made it. So don't do, I probably shouldn't be saying this, don't do the boot camps, don't do those 5-dayers, don't do those masterclasses. When you see all the same stuff appearing that's using the same language, mastery, boot camp, you know, that instant solution, 6 figures, 7 figures.
You know how much I hate that when people say that. Yeah.
Funnels this.
Yeah.
Honestly, do not let those distractions distract you. What looks like a quick win will be a quick win to them, not you.
Definitely. Absolutely agree. Because people are doing this all the time at the minute, aren't they?
They are, and they tend to go with what they think is the best starting point. So they'll instantly turn to social media, and it's like there is so much more and so much more better stuff within that marketing world, that bigger picture that will do you far more good than just social media. And you're playing into the hands of some when that's all you're focusing on, because you're exposing yourself to those distractions and those quick wins promises, and you are also falling into that trap of starting to promote your business just on social media, and that does not make for a long-term sustainable business.
Exactly.
You do not own your social media channels.
Yeah.
They can be gone like that. What you need to work on is setting up your own environment, and an environment that you can control and manage. So getting that data from people, those email addresses, those phone numbers, those home addresses, those business addresses. Yeah. Get that information and make that direct connection with them, and limit those middle platforms.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think so many people will be really relieved to hear that, because the stress of trying to manage the social media is too much. But you're right, you need to create your own environment and your own people, because if someone wakes up one day and decides to shut all them down and you've not got a business, then you're in the shit, aren't you? You know, you can't stand on your own 2 feet.
It doesn't matter how stable something is. We've seen stuff happen over social media, and things can go down and accounts can just disappear, or you can get locked out of your own account. You can get banned, all sorts. So you are not in control of that. The focus is better placed on what you can control and own yourself within your own business. And there is far more to life than just social media. There is far more to marketing than just social media. And if, you know, you're a female that's at that age where you have experienced life without social media, you will appreciate that even more. And I expect that some people will think, thank God for that. Thank God for that, because I hate it. I work in marketing. I am not the biggest fan of social media. I really am not.
I love it. I was going to ask you about this, and I will do. I'm going to remind myself. But back to what you say about the strategy. So this is what people who are starting out need then, isn't it? They need a strategy before anything. So when they've opened up their social media accounts, obviously they're there. That's like the first thing people always do. But then they need to look at a marketing strategy, and it doesn't have to be scary, does it?
Not at all. Not at all. The simpler, the better, because the more you'll stick to it and follow it.
What is a good strategy? What should they be doing?
It's about getting those foundations in place, and the more we feel like we've got some solid foundations with which to move forward with, the better. Instead of just going off doing things and doing what we think we should be doing, what somebody told us to do, or what other competitors are doing, it is that take a step back and give yourself that time to just get some of those foundations in place, because it will make everything else easier. It will save you from doing back to front marketing and hoping for the best. It will save you masses of time. It will save you from that overwhelm and procrastination and that, oh my God, and I've got to do this, and feeling like a rabbit in headlights stuff. And oh, it really will. Why would you start putting time, effort, energy, money into something if you don't know that it's going to achieve the goals that you were setting out to achieve? It's absolutely pointless. And it's like when you sort of see it and hear it like that, it's like, Jesus, I've gone off and done all this stuff and I've never even thought about the basics. And it ain't rocket science. A lot of it's common sense.
Yeah. Like, what kind of basic things should they be thinking about? Like, who they're targeting for a start?
Yeah. Certain types of people and businesses that you will connect better with. They might be female-led. They might be really good at working and selling to males.
Mm-hmm.
There might be certain age groups that you appeal to more than others.
Yeah. And
quite often, you might be selling to somebody that is buying for somebody else, like a mum that's buying for a child.
Yeah.
Yeah? How many times does your child come to you saying, I've seen this on TikTok, can I have it? So they influence that buying decision, don't they? And when they're begging you, oh, please, all my friends have got it. I think this probably brings it all together quite nicely with what we've covered all so far, because it is about that. What's your little story? And I will go back, when I work directly with people, I will go back to when they were at school and when they were a kid. What did you enjoy doing then? What were your favourite subjects at school? What did you do when you left school? What do you do in your spare time? Because quite often we have done stuff as a child, as a young person, and it's dropped off along the way, or we've forgotten about it. Yet it's playing out in different ways when we get further down the line. So it's just those stepping stones of life. And it's like, and on the creative side, even more so, because that creative bit of us often is kicked in from a young age.
Definitely. That's like me. I had my making box out when I was 5 years old, you know. I was making all kinds of things. I never put it down.
And then we get sucked up in that rat race, and we forget about some of those things that we loved and enjoyed when we were younger, and we want to go back to those.
Of course we do.
And we want to understand why we enjoyed them and what it did for us.
Yeah.
And that side of things. So it's that it fills us up in lots of different ways. And a tool that I use very often in that, looking back, reflecting, to bring it all together into the here and now, is Ikigai.
Oh yeah, what's that?
It's a Japanese tool, and it's a very simple tool. So it's spelled Ikigai, Ikigai.
Okay.
Google it. Don't you love that term? Google it. You can even AI it and ask it to apply it to you.
What does it do?
So Ikigai looks at the things you love and enjoy doing. It looks at what you feel the world needs and what you've got to offer the world. And it pulls together sort of 4 main areas to create that sweet spot in the middle. So that sweet spot is made up of those 4 main areas that are really very much about you as a person, what your strengths are, what you're good at, what you feel the world needs, and what you've got within you to bring to the world.
I love this.
It's spiritual. It's a very logical and sensible tool at the same time. And because it's so simple, I love it. Anything and everything that I do, that we do as a business within Boo Marketing, is intentionally simple. we don't talk marketing jargon
Mm.
because small businesses they're overwhelmed enough. Like you said, lots of people are sat there with their head in their hands. They hate marketing.
Yeah.
You know, I hate finance. That's my head in my hands thing. Finance. Oh, I can't stand it. And there's always that one function, that one department within your business that overrides all the others that you just absolutely hate. And
So
I work and support and help those people that do the head in the hands of, and they hate marketing.
yeah, and that's what we need. We need someone to step in. And I was saying this to a lady the other day that sometimes you've got to outsource, and it's one of those things that you think, oh God, you know, it's extra money. However, in the long run, it's going to make you more money because you've got the right support on board.
How it frees you up mentally,
Exactly.
physically, and all the rest. And it is that there is always that one thing that is at the top of your list that is absolutely getting outsourced as soon as you know you can do it.
That's right. Exactly. And that's the thing,
Yeah,
man, is marketing and finances. Without a doubt, they're the two things.
yeah.
Definitely. And I think it's the same for a lot of people.
It is. As soon as I was able to, the finance went, you have to admit to yourself that no matter what, there is going to be that one area of your business that you are never going to love.
Definitely. You're
And the
right.
sooner you admit that to
Mhm.
yourself, the sooner it is like, yeah, I can spend years trying to make myself love this. It's still not going to happen.
Yes.
And I can speak from personal
Exactly. No, it's normal, isn't it? You don't have to
experience.
do it all. And I think that's what a lot of people think. There's so much to think about. You don't have to. There's people like you, specialists that can come in and help you. So, what can you suggest for people who may be on a budget for marketing? They want some help, but when you first start out, you probably haven't got a lot of money to get going. So, what sort of things can they do?
Is that you can be so resourceful with marketing. That is one of the best things about it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, when I was employed, some of those businesses had massive budgets, some of them had no budget whatsoever. So you had to be really clever.
Wow.
So it's about that, looking at what's available to you. So to name a few,
Yeah.
Canva. You and lots of people in your audience will know about Canva. This is the free version, and there's a low cost paid for version that is like peanuts,
Exactly.
£12 odd a month or whatever is
Yeah,
it?
you spend that on a couple of coffees, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So there's Canva, there's Adobe Express now, which is the equivalent to Canva too. There's free versions of social media management platforms. Buffer is one of those. There are email platforms, MailerLite, MailChimp are two of the leading ones there.
What would you recommend for email marketing then?
I tend to say have a look at both because one normally feels
Yeah.
better than, and it's personal opinion.
Yeah.
So I just think always check out more than one.
Yeah.
Just to do that comparison and think, right, yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm going to go with.
What other kind of marketing tools, if they haven't got any money that they can?
So, and whilst some of us don't love social media, it is free to a certain extent. It doesn't work as well as it used to on that free organic side of things.
Yeah.
Yet it still supports and helps as a shop window to your business. Yeah, some people can't afford a website when they're in those early stages. There are ways around that. There are platforms, I think it's called Weebly. There are platforms where you can set yourself up with a free website to just
Yeah.
get yourself started. You don't always need a website, neither. Don't convince yourself that you need a website. There are alternative routes.
Because everyone thinks, oh God, it's going to cost me £3-4 to get a website set up. I haven't got that kind of money. So yeah, there's other things that they can do.
Oh, and you can do it on a monthly basis because other businesses that work with early stage businesses and small businesses, they are geared up to support you. They've got different options around how you can pay for that support. I know a guy that does websites from £10 a week, and they are damn good websites. And you think, how can you do a website for £10 a week?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it
how
works.
Oh my God, that's brilliant, because that's what people need. And it's not until you've got maybe 2 years in business that you're in the position to go, right now, I can afford to do this. But don't try and do too much at once, because then you'll end
No.
up bankrupt.
And look at those platforms and look at those people and other businesses that are all about small stage, self-employed,
Yeah,
sole trader, sole proprietor businesses,
yeah,
because they are geared up to serve you.
exactly. And this is what I love about with you and Boo Marketing, that it's, you feel like you are just talking to a friend. You've got, you know exactly what you're doing, but you explain it in a way that I understand and that everybody else will understand, because I'm all about being simple as well, like the simple things in life. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, life's hard enough.
Yeah,
You
you had
don't
me
need
doing
it.
it is, and you had me doing a task, didn't you, where we were planning out my target audience, and I had big A2 sheets on my walls after we had our meeting with, I think I called mine Sheila or something, and I did everything
Give them a
about,
name.
yeah, I
Yeah.
gave her a name, I knew what she did for a job, I knew all this stuff about her, and it really helped me find the people that I need to be helping. And honestly, yeah, it was brilliant. It really, really was. So I definitely think that that's something that people can do if they've not got a lot of money. Think about drawing out the person who you want to buy your products.
Yeah, and there's a freebie that I give out, and it is the 5 steps to a simple marketing strategy.
Yes,
And whilst it is weighted on the marketing side of things, a lot of marketing is part of that business strategy side. And don't be fearful of the word strategy neither.
no,
It,
yeah, it's one of them, isn't it?
people think it's a big corporate world.
No,
It's not.
no. What does
It's
it mean simply? It just means a plan, doesn't it?
it's about getting clear on what direction you're moving in.
Yeah,
So it's about focus and it's about direction. And those 5 steps are about that getting straight on your story, where you're at the moment, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, that side of things, and that ikigai piece.
yeah,
The second part is, if you've started on your marketing, what types of marketing activities have you done so far, so that you can do a review of them and
mhm,
understand what's started to work for you and what's a complete waste of time.
definitely.
Yeah. So you can review your marketing activities so far. And people are a bit like, but I don't do any marketing activities. Or that's not marketing though, is it? Anything and everything from a business card to going out networking and having conversations with people, and that, it's all marketing. Yeah. So get it on that list of, these are all the activities that I've done so far. This is how often I do it. These are the results it's given me. What's my next step? Do I carry on with it? Do I make improvements? Do I stop doing it altogether because it's making me feel really difficult?
Mhm. Can't handle it. Yeah, you did my Facebook group. I got rid of that because it wasn't doing anything for me, and I'm finding it stress.
Yeah.
You know?
Some things just do nothing for us
Yeah,
and have a really negative impact. And it's kind of like, anything, trust your instincts. Anything that you've got those feelings around, drop it off
yeah,
seriously. And it frees you up in different ways to focus on the good stuff.
definitely.
So, yeah, so step one's around that story side of things. Step two is about reviewing what you're already doing if you're already underway. Step three is about getting clear on what that bigger picture vision, where do you want to be in like 3 years ish?
Yeah.
And it, there's nothing set in stone with this stuff. It's just to give you a starting point
Mm-hmm.
and direction, to get focused, to be consistent. So having that bigger picture vision of, ideally over the next few years, it would be great if my business looked like this and it gave me this, for example. And it's just three pointers. The number 3 is a magical number. It
Yeah.
keeps things simple and doable. So if you put 3 items on your vision, one personal, one for the business, and one whatever else,
Mm-hmm.
that points you in the direction. It's a bit like having your treasure map, isn't it? And setting off to sail. Yeah.
Yes. Love this.
Once you've got your vision, that's your bigger picture. It's then about bringing that down into, to get me to that vision, what are the first steps that I need to take? What are the top 3 goals that I need to achieve over the next 12 months within my business that are going to give me the first step towards realising that vision?
Brilliant.
So it is that by this time next year, by the 23rd of July, 2026, these are the 3 business goals that I've got. And again, it can be personal or business. These are the 3 things that I am working towards, and nothing is getting in my way, and I know I can do it. So you pick goals that are achievable, not I want to be a millionaire in 12 months' time shenanigans.
Exactly. Absolutely. It can be things like, I want to have 10 new clients. That's the realistic one.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and really work towards getting those.
Or it might be about, I want to have 3 product lines, for example, one on this, one on this, one on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's so good.
And then we do a bit of work around the values, because us as people bring through certain values and certain things that we do within our business. And within our business, it's like having a child. You're creating another personality, another character, yet it is taking on some of your traits. And some of those traits, those ways of doing things, those ways that we believe things have to be done this way because that's how we do it, those need to be your values that are embedded within your business. And again, keep it simple, just 3 to 5 things. One of mine is around learning, that we are all always learning. I want to always be learning as a business owner, and I want my clients to be always learning and open to that, so it helps us align with the right types of people in connecting.
Definitely.
Once again, so those values help us connect. It brings that story from step 1 into play as well, because we're pulling through those good bits of us, those really positive things. So we're filling ourselves up as well as creating this personality and character within our business. So step 1, story. Step 2, marketing review. Step 3 is around the vision, goals, values. Step 4 is around that what makes you different.
Yes, this is a big one for
The
people.
more you work out what makes you different, and with everything that we've done in those other steps, that helps us work that out. So it's all step by step by step. So we're equipped with what we've already done in those previous steps to help us work out what makes us different. And getting other people involved and asking other people what they think here is a really good way of pinning this down.
I was just going to say that. They know us, don't they?
They do. They see things that we don't. And especially when you're sort of busy and in it, you just don't pick up on some of that stuff. So it's really good and important to get that feedback and input from what other people see, an outsider looking in.
Yeah, because we're very quick to judge ourselves, aren't we? Say, oh, I'm no good at this, I'm not very good at that. But actually, when someone says to you, do you know what you're really good at? People always say to me, you're really good at explaining things, and you're really good at, making it approachable and understandable. Same with you, you break it down, and that's what makes you different as a marketer. I wouldn't be afraid to contact you and say, right, I really need help with this, and I haven't, and people will feel the same. So it's looking at, what are your qualities that are going to make you stand out from everybody else? And I would say, I don't want to hear you say, oh, I haven't got any, I'm no different. No, there's something about you that you have got that no one else in this world has.
Absolutely. And it is just doing that bit of digging beyond that surface level stuff and giving yourself a proper moment in time to think about that. And like I say, getting other people involved. And then once you start to get clear around, well, this is how I do things, and I know that other businesses similar to me don't do that, or they don't do it this way, or they don't use things the same way that I use them. So, and that's your convincers bit too. Those convincers start filling up at this stage, and that's where the confidence starts kicking in. And when you're hearing what other people say about you too, it's that, actually, I'm all right at this. I'm actually quite good. People think I'm good at this. It's like, you aren't allowed to be good at something.
Like, we're so used to critical, aren't we? And it's funny because whenever I put a post out on social media, and probably a lot of people feel the same, but if it's just about work and maybe I've got an offer on or I'm letting people know about something, I hardly get any engagement, right? If I put a picture on there of my husband or me drinking a glass of wine or anything that's not work related, the likes go up, the engagement goes up, it's me.
It's an old connection, isn't it? And it's that being your genuine self.
Yeah.
The more you fill up that convincer pot, the better the honest, to be honest. And it is that you start to really focus in on those positives, and it's really important to do that because business is hard. You are responsible for keeping yourself going. Nobody else is going to do that. Let me just grab this off my desk. This is my success jar.
I need one of these. Right, let's have a look.
And these are my little notes that I write on when I've had a win.
God,
so each time I have a win, no matter how small or large, I jot it down on there, I fold it up, it goes in the jar. And because we are responsible for keeping ourselves going, re-energised, motivated, and all of that stuff, because nobody else is going to pick you up, you go to the jar. Or you go to what works for you. Some people have a little book of wins and stuff like that. Jot down your little wins. Hey, this is a perfect bit of stationery, this for you, isn't it?
Well, just, I'm looking at that and I'm so jealous. Like, I need one of these, right? But your pot's really full. Like, that's amazing. I need to start thinking about these things as well for me.
I've been doing that pot for over 12 months.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and it's there as a reminder as well because you're that busy you forget about stuff too.
I'm going to do this and I am going to get my pot. I'm going to go to B&M. I'm going to buy a jar, right? I'm going to buy some fancy notes and I'm going to do it.
And it is because it's like the simplest post-it note in the world, or just something that makes you feel happy.
I love it. It's a smiley face. If anyone that's not watching this on YouTube, you've got a little pot with a smiley face post-it notes. It's amazing.
So that fifth step, just to help everybody sort of have that step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To complete that is about that target audience, that perfect type of customer. Yeah, which is really important. It is one of the key elements. We do that at the end when we've got everything else and we've filled our convincer bucket up. We do that at the end because it's then that we are getting more clear, even clearer than we were before on that. Because we've looked at our strengths and we can reflect on things that have happened that have been great, and we can reflect on experiences that it's like, I'm never doing it again. I'm never working with that sort of person. I'm never selling that type of product again. Do you know what I mean? So, sorry if you hear the dog in the background. So, it gets us clear on what goes in the yes pot and what goes in the no pot, which helps us pin down that who are our top 3 favourite types of customers, or the ones that we want more of, because we are not for everyone. We are not for everyone as people, and we are not for everyone on that business buying side of things. We absolutely are not. The more we get focused on the right types of customers and clients, the more we will get them. And it sounds a bit manifestation stuff. Honestly, where the effort and the focus goes, it comes. And it's that those 5 steps are there to help us keep focused and on track. Because when something comes along and all those distractions that we're faced with on a daily basis, or this new book comes along, or you go on this other workshop and it told you to do it that way, and this one's going to work for me this time, and it's the 100th one I've done in however many years, and all of that stuff, it's like, forget about all that crap that's out there that's being flung at you. Spend a bit of time on keeping your 5 steps in your strategy up to date, and that is your permanent reminder. Bring it together and stick a sheet on the wall, create a pretty picture with it, do what you need to do, put it on your wall wherever you work, where you go on a daily basis to remind you of your 5 steps and who your target customers are, your target audiences. And to the point where you said, Sheila, give them names, think of a customer that's been a great customer and bring that person to life, put a picture of their face on there, do what you've got to do. But those 3 perfect types of customers are the ones that you want to be talking to all of the time. Others will come to you.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic. And one of them further down the line might start to look like a perfect type of customer as your business evolves.
Exactly.
It's about who are the top 3 for you now and over the next 12 months to get you to those goals that you want to achieve by the 23rd of July 2026.
Love that. Where do we find these people then? A lot of people were sat there going, I know who they are, but I don't know where to find them. You've got to go
As
look.
we pull that information together, and those 5 steps are in the freebie. I've sent you the link for that, so if you want to share it, please do.
I'm going to put it on the show notes of this episode so people can find Anna's freebie there to help you come up with a simple strategy for your business.
So once we've pinned down who those 3 main target audiences are, we look at where they are online and offline. Where are those people most likely to be?
Yeah.
That's where we need to be. Where are we happy to be? Well, I don't want to be on Facebook, but I know they're on Instagram. So ditch Facebook, I'll just focus on Instagram. Or actually, I don't mind having a bit of fun on TikTok. I know they're on there. Let's do that. So you've got to make sure you're aligning with where they are on and offline in a way that feels right for you too. So again, putting those pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together so that you are putting yourself out there in a way that feels right for you, genuine, comfortable, confident, because that's when you will just be yourself. That's when you don't give a shit about everything else that's going on.
Exactly. And you will attract the right people this way, won't you? That's it's all about. You said something once that made me laugh, like cleaning up your inbox. So people that you're on your mailing list and they unsubscribe and you're just like, oh, thanks for what was it?
Tell them to unsubscribe. You're doing me a favour.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be on there, please just clean up my email data. Thank you very much.
I love it. That was absolutely brilliant. So Anna's freebie, there will be a link to it in the show notes of this episode. So head over, there'll be a link that you can just click on and download it. So it's so helpful, really useful. And I think people will find that once they've got those 5 steps in place and they've got it there, it's a bit of a security blanket as well, and knowing which direction you're going in. So thank you for that.
It just gives you a solid starting point. Those foundations, it will get you so far. Absolutely. And some people, it's enough for them to run with. Others, they'll get further down the line, like, I need a bit more help with this. So it will give you a great starting point. I get told off, and I get told very often that I provide lots of value because I don't want to be wasting anybody's time.
I know.
Time with me or anything that I share needs to be time well spent, because there is nothing more annoying and insulting than you giving up your time to listen or go along to something to be sold to and not get any value, not get any education, not get any gains for yourself. We don't need to be selfish. The more we can help people along, the better. Like I said at the beginning, I want to support small businesses, and I want that circular support going on, in that let's buy and support from each other too, and let's collaborate and look how we can provide even better service to our customers and clients. I work with other marketeers. They're good in areas of marketing they specialise in other areas. I love that strategy and the action side of things. That's my thing.
You're a doer. That's what I love about you. You're a doer.
Yeah, because it is that. If I've got something that I'm working towards, I need to know that I can roll my sleeves up and do it myself. And that's what I want to share with other people, that it's doable for you. You don't need a degree in marketing and a Chartered Institute of Marketing qualification.
Yeah, you just need that person like you just to help you get it done. And I love that. So thank you. I want to do some quick fire questions with you
I
now.
love questions.
Oh my God, this is going to be funny. And I try and keep them clean. I'm only joking. Right. Are you ready? Right. What is the worst marketing advice that you've ever been given?
There's lots, and I see it's probably going to be around social media because so many people in product-led businesses and your type of businesses that your audience have got, Joanne,
Yeah.
that you've got to be posting every day of the week and at least X number of times per day. Oh my God. How you're just setting yourself up to absolutely be peeling yourself off the floor, aren't you?
No wonder we're all walking around knackered. It's just not doable, is it?
Who needs to be feeling like that? And when you kind of look at that, yeah, I've got to be posting every day, X number of times per day, as opposed to I'm going to show up when I want to show up. I'm going to make sure I offer something of value. I'm going to be myself and I'm going to give them something really useful.
That's
And
what I need.
if something comes off the back of it, great.
Brilliant. So, okay, what's one marketing trend that you wish would disappear forever? I know mine.
It's all going to be aimed at social
Yeah,
media,
I know.
isn't
Me too.
it? I think it is the hanging on some of the measures, the metrics side of things,
Right.
Joanne, and what people convince themselves that they need to be watching by way of results. Getting hung up on how many people engage, follow, and all the rest of it. Is that going to sell stuff? No, not really.
Wasting your
Not
time.
really. It's not an indicator. And like you said earlier on as well, it's that I can do a post that's about me drinking a glass of wine, being myself, da-da-da-da-da. I can put a post out that's, sales related and selling a product and it gets nothing, whereas the glass of wine post got loads. Because it is that in between the fun stuff, the you stuff, and the business sales stuff, there's an in-between area.
Yes.
And people aren't going to directly engage with salesy stuff.
No.
They're just not. They don't do anymore. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know whether they've seen it or not. Right? If they've engaged on your post that they like, it's highly likely that they're seeing it. They're just doing that stubborn teenage thing, aren't they? And it's about making sure they repeatedly see it in a consistent way and you are showing up to get yourself known for that thing that you do best.
Exactly. And keep doing what you do well.
Yeah. So, and it's trusting that those gut instincts and that intuition again, which females have got bags of.
Yeah.
So play into that. Some things aren't hard, fast, solid metrics. It is having that handful of marketing activities that we do both online and offline that works together. So some of that working together that falls in between the handful of marketing activities is what's knitting it all together to create those connections, those sales, those relationships.
Wow.
We can't always see it. We can feel it though, and we know it through that information that comes in other ways.
Brilliant. Well, I've got a couple more for you, right? What's something that you secretly never do in your own marketing?
Do you know what? Marketing is what I love and it's what I've always done.
Yeah.
To market your own business is the hardest thing to do because you are so close to it. Too close to it, in fact.
Definitely.
Really hard. So whilst I do what I do for others, I really struggle doing it for myself. And it's like the builder that's home's like nearly falling down.
Just everybody else's jobs and leaves us till the end. It's true.
So, and this is where it is that get other people involved.
Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Anna. Right, last one, okay. What's one small thing that people who are listening to this episode could do this week to feel more visible?
There's always one thing front of mind that we know we should be doing
Mhm.
as business owners, and it is quite often on the marketing side of things, or it's about that I'm doing this, but I know I should probably be pushing myself.
Yeah.
So I call them healthy challenges.
I like it. Okay.
Because we don't want to do the grueling ones. They're not for us. We don't want to do the things that we feel forced to do. That teenage mode kicks in, doesn't it?
Mhm.
So it is that. Let's look at those healthy challenges. So if we give ourselves, let's go with magic number 3 and pick 30 minutes each week to do that thing that we know we should be doing, that we're up for doing, that's a healthy challenge, that's going to give us that little push, whether we like the answer we get or not, whether we like the response we get or not, tough shit.
Doing it. Yeah.
Just do it. Do the hold your nose and jump in and get on with it, because you get more out of it by doing it and challenging yourself, regardless of what the outcome is.
You do. Completely. You growing, aren't you? And you're
It
learning.
moves you forward, and we can move forward in lots of ways that we don't even know sometimes. And that is one of them. Just do the Nike thing. Just do it.
I always say to people, if you can just do one small thing a day or a week just to move forward in some way, doesn't matter what it is, it's just something small, then you will always make progress.
Yeah. And three's perfect for that daily approach. What 3 things are you going to do today that help on the sales or marketing side of things? And it doesn't matter how small it is. And you can kind of do yourself a little list of 3 things that you were going to do each day. And as you tick those off, it's doing it.
Even if it's mentioning to like a mum in the playground, it's saying something like, oh, by the way, you said you were looking for a teacher gift or something last week. I'll just let you know I'm doing this. It's even just something as small as that, isn't it?
Yes.
Moving forward. Brilliant. Thank you. Right, Anna. So before we finish, I want people to know where they can find you. First of all, obviously you've got your website. I'm going to put a link in the show notes. What kind of services you offer so that they can see that you are there to help small businesses. So let us know, what kind of things is it that you can help?
Yeah. So like I said, there's the website. I'm on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. Apologies, that's my corporate background. But not as a corporate. I couldn't think of anything worse now. I only work with small businesses.
Can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Never again in my life. I work with people directly, one-to-one, on helping them with their strategy on that business and marketing side of things, and the action plan to back up that strategy to make it happen. Yeah, there's no point doing a strategy and then not doing the do.
Exactly. So can you work with people who are just starting out, or what about people who are like even in business and they're just feeling stuck and they're struggling?
Yeah, absolutely. So whether you are at the very early stages or somewhere in the middle or, way down, I work with people at different points. Sometimes I might be working with a creative that is just like, don't know what to do with myself. And they might be in employment as well, or they might have their own business, or they're looking for that escape route in getting their own business started up, and they want to know how to go about it. So early stage can be me helping you plan that route out of employment into your own business.
This is a big one for people. I know there's a lot of ladies that listen that are feeling trapped in their current jobs and they're just not sure.
They do, and I think it probably happens more to females, and we all hit that moment in time where it's like, there's got to be more to life for this than this, or I really can't do this anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hit that point, I could not do it anymore.
Yeah, and why should we? We're in the best part of our lives now where we should be able to embrace who we are and what we want to do.
I work one-to-one with people on that strategy and planning. I coach, I mentor, so that's kind of the one-to-one side of things. I run group workshops and individual workshops, so it's like if you want that live workshop with me face-to-face or online, we can work in that way. alternatively, and especially for those that are starting out that have got sort of a small budget or are working with next to nothing and being super resourceful, there is that freebie around the 5 steps, and there is a strategy workshop.
Brilliant.
So I kept getting asked for people wanted to work with me. They couldn't always go down that direct one-to-one route. So I've created that workshop for those people that know that they will do that workshop in their own time, and they can do it in a day, they can do it in a week, they can do it in a month, they can go at their pace, and you get a session with me at the end of it to go through it all. So you're not just left to it. You can ask me questions as you go through, and I am there at the end to double check it with you.
With your one-to-one and your strategy and planning, do you do monthly payment plans for that for people, or is that like a one-off?
Yeah, magic number 3 all gets broken down into 3, Joanne, to keep it simple. So you can do the full payment, or you can break it down over 3 months, whichever works best.
Really helpful people to know, I know, because they're probably thinking, I really want the help, but I need to be able to spread it out. Even with my clients, I do that as well. I'll just say,
Absolutely.
We're all in the same boat, aren't we? And
yeah, and I just think when you can work together, you can work it out, can't you? Because if we're all really committed, you can come up with the solutions, can't you?
Well, thanks so much, Anna. Honestly, absolutely. I love talking to you. You've got some gold in there for people who are new to marketing and worried. Thank you for all your advice. And please do go and check out Anna's website, her freebie, which is in the show notes. Go and download it, and email her, contact her if you're feeling unsure or
I'm
stuck.
totally accessible.
Absolutely. And she will arrange to have a call with you and talk through your worries. Thanks so much for coming on. And I hope you've enjoyed it.
I have, Fab. Thank you so much for having me, Joanne. Thank you.
No problem, Anna. Take care. Bye for
You
now.
too. Bye.
So there was my interview with the brilliant Anna from Boom Marketing. You know what my absolute favourite line was from this conversation we had? It was when Anna said, you don't need to be a marketing expert. A lot of it is just common sense. Well, unless, of course, you haven't got any of that either, then you are screwed. But honestly, I love that because it takes the pressure off, doesn't it? You don't need a marketing degree. You don't need to know every algorithm hack. You just need a simple structure to follow. And Anna has been brilliant at giving us some advice about that. But what also really stuck with me was when she reminded us that marketing isn't all about social media. That's where so many of us get caught up in the pressure, worrying about the content calendar, feeling guilty for not showing up every day, and thinking that we're failing if we're not dancing around on reels. But Anna shared so many good ideas for what else you can be doing and should be doing outside of socials to get your business seen. And actually, those are often the things that create stronger connections and better results. So here's your reminder, stop panicking about your content calendar and start focusing on the other ways that you can show up and get yourself out there. A huge thank you to Anna for joining me today and sharing all. You can download her freebie, 5-step simple marketing strategy, straight from the link which I've put in the show notes of this episode. And you can also check out her strategy workshop. I'll make sure that link is in the show notes for you as well. So go and grab those, you might as well. And of course, if you're listening and you're a creative business owner who needs some support with your own visibility, your confidence, or just getting yourself out there, then get in touch with me too. Helping women like you is exactly what I do. And of course, I'm here and I would love to support you on that journey. So that was the last of my summer interviews, and I'm back to going it alone again for the next episode, which is going to be released in 2 weeks' time on the 17th of September. And it's a good one. We are talking ghosts. Yep, that's all I'm saying for now. Just make sure you don't miss it. You can subscribe to me on Substack, and that way you will get each and every podcast episode deposited straight into your inbox when they are released. So no check-in to see if I've uploaded a new one. I'll bring it straight to you. And please do share this episode with a friend or a colleague who's got their own business and is struggling with marketing or getting themselves out there. I bet you can think of someone. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.